你认为中国选手的实力怎么样？太垃圾了。这么说吧，中国人在我的面前就好像没断奶的孩子。我敢保证，下一场比赛会把中国选手打到回家找妈妈。我说到做到。
救我！救我！救我！Who's gonna pick him up? Take him for a ride. Look at that.
还有谁
？Hello，各位观众朋友们，这场比赛是为您带来的一场非常精彩的中韩对决，由我们中国选手胡勇对战韩国选手金大根。眼前这个家伙就是韩国最嚣张的拳王金大根。这个金大根在2天前的媒体发布会面前也是公然表态，说我们中国选手的实力太垃圾了，还说是要把我们的中国选手打到回家找妈妈。我们都知道这个韩国选手都是非常嚣张，非常的猖狂，但是没有想到竟然已经狂到这种程度了。眼前这个身材比例十分完美的就是我们的中国选手胡勇。这个胡勇目前为止是保持着一个8连胜的惊人战绩，这场比赛也是他冲击9连胜的一场比赛，但是没想到也是冤家路窄，竟然碰到了最欠揍的韩国拳王金大根。两人赛前的火药味也是非常的浓，胡勇是最烦这种嚣张不自知的选手，也是在媒体面前公然表示，我会好好的教训他一顿，并告诉他以后你嚣张一次，我就来韩国打你一次。胡勇还是十分有个性的一个小伙。比赛开始，黑色短裤的就是我们的中国小伙胡勇，红色短裤的就是韩国最嚣张的拳王金大根。一个下前抱摔，胡勇是率先发起了进攻，尝试将对手摔到地面。两人的缠斗能力还是比较强的，在擂台边上也是不断的纠缠。这里胡勇是直接把对手给扛了起来，给举到了擂台的另一边。看来这个角落是更适合他的发挥。这个画面是十分的有意思。胡勇他是一个摔跤手出身，凶狠的作战风格加上超强的耐力，还有精湛的摔跤技巧，让他在这个地面缠斗中是位于一个不败的地位。我们看到他是完全没有给对手丝毫的反击空间，死死的抱住这个金大根的腰。胡勇的这个力量也是十分的恐怖，我们从背后也可以看到他的这个肌肉是非常的发达。
Try to drain the gas tank and also make the arms of Woo Sung-hoon work a little bit harder here in this opening round to drain some of the power.
Yeah, you talk about draining the gas tank, but this is a high energy style from Woo Young in order to pick Woo Sung-hoon up and then put him back down. If he's not going to actually do something with that takedown, secure that position, maintain top side pressure, he's going to continue doing that, and it just drains the energy to continue with that pace.
Yeah, dude, but look at the condition that these two are in. I feel like I'm looking at like a violent bodybuilding contest. These guys are jacked. Oh, beautiful knee to the right hand landed by.
胡勇一记重拳是直接把这个金大根给击倒了，连续的砸击更是死死的压制着对手。毕竟摔跤手出身的他是肯定不能放过这个机会，而且胡勇不仅是摔跤厉害，这个拳法也是够硬。胡勇一记重拳是直接把这个金大根给击倒了，连续的砸击更是死死的压制着对手。毕竟摔跤手出身的他是肯定不能放过这个机会，而且胡勇不仅是摔跤厉害，这个拳法也是够硬。
And when Woo Sung-hoon steps up off the takedown, Woo Young is breaking off, throwing those strikes. That's how he landed that overhand right there. Not just committing.Throwing him down, picking him back up, throwing him back down, and wasting that energy that way, but coming this way.
Wild flailing shots now from Woo. Woo went for the head kick, missed, and then takes a shot to the face. And then another from Woo.
Woo Young's got to be careful. He's got to remember what set his shots, and it's those level changes and taking. When I say shots, it's the punches. It's the level changes and taking the shots and making Woo Sung-hoon think that.You know, he's got takedowns to worry about. The moment that they start just trading hands, this puts them more on level playing ground.
Woo with a heavy right, responding with a left hook is Who. Woo with a potty kick. Landed that one. Less than 2 to...
这个韩国选手是抓住了胡勇进攻的破绽，死死的抱住胡勇的大腿。没想到这个金大根竟然把胡勇给摔倒了。但是和胡勇打地面，这不是羊入虎口，自寻死路吗？这个金大根目前也是占据着这个优势位，压制着胡勇。但是我们看到这个胡勇的耐力和意志力是十分顽强的。
Young's fighting the hands. He's got a little bit of space. He's got to prevent that top side hand going from around his head. Woo Sung-hoon looking to go palm to palm here and apply a little bit of a squeeze, working his way, but it looks like Woo Young is out. Woo Young's out, goes to his back, chooses So go belly down now. Good control by Woo Sung Hoon here on top.
Yeah, he's allowing this takedown to actually work for him, maintaining that top side position. Really draining the gas tank of Hu Yong here. And I'll comment that the referee called catch on that choke, which means that it will likely be scored as a near finish,
Good call.
near submission. And keep in mind though that Hu Yong had dropped Woo Sung Hoon with that punch before, so that's going to rack up in the damage category.
胡勇一个翻身，直接从对手的压制中挣脱了出来，两人重新回到了站立对决。胡勇这一拳是直接把这个金大根给打懵了，裁判也是及时暂停比赛。我们看这个胡勇拳头的这个杀伤力真是十分的恐怖，这个金大根也伤得不轻，一直捂着自己的这个狗脑袋，害怕这个胡勇是直接把他给打傻。
And you guys asked him what he spent it on. It was Tesla stock. Here's the headbutt that we just saw.
Inadvertent. Woo Sung Hoon was throwing that combination.
没想到这个金大根竟然没有直接认输，表示我还能打。这个胡勇也是迫不及待想冲上去直接结束对手，两人的比赛也是重新开始。
My opponent is so aggressive. I'll focus on the counterattack, and as the round has gone on, Woo Sung Hoon has been able to counter and pick up some steam. Spinning back elbow, but he got caught on the way in.
It looks like, Hu Yong might have a slight advantage when it comes to these stand-up exchanges. He's landing considerable shots just right there. He's creating good angles, so he's not just standing in front.
第一回合结束，双方选手的表现还是十分精彩的。让我们稍作休息，马上迎来第二回合的精彩比赛。
You want to do that with?
Here's Woo Sung Hoon pushing forward. Both of them exchange, but he was able to work his way back in. He went for the takedown, jumped on the...
第二回合比赛开始，这个金大根的打法还是很凶，一上来就压迫着我们中国选手的身位。看来这个金大根的抗击打能力还是很不错的，吃了胡勇好几记重拳，竟然还能活蹦乱跳的。看来胡勇还是要再加把劲了，必须让他长记性。
Right there, throwing the kick, it keeps Hu Yong at bay. Inside leg kick, keeping Hu Yong at bay. The moment he starts trading hands, that's what happens.
Hu Yong with the uppercut and the jab. 30 seconds into the second fight of the night of 10. 2 world title bouts to come later on.
Able to touch Woo Sung Hoon, swinging heavily. Looks like he's throwing baseballs into the upper deck.
一记下前抱摔，胡勇是再次将对手带入地面，而且这个胡勇的摔跤经验是非常丰富的。别看他才25岁，但是这个摔跤能力是非常强的，而且这个反应也是非常的机灵。
Look at Woo Sung Hoon using the ropes to work his way back up to the feet.
Yeah, he's working that wizard with the left arm there. That was great work. Posted up, got back to his feet. Hu Yong's got great head position in here, though, so he's still in good position to put Woo Sung Hoon back down.
胡勇一记抱腰侧摔是不小心把自己带到了一个危险的位置，还好这个胡勇的摔跤经验丰富，抱住对方的大腿，竟然又把对手给摔倒了地面。在地面战中，这个金大根在胡勇的手里是占不到一点便宜，即使占据上位，却无法发起有效的进攻。反而是胡勇屡屡挣脱金大根的压制，这个金大根的地面技术还是明显不如胡勇的。
Post is looking for a scramble. He's very active. He does not allow Hu Yong to maintain any positions, and now he's dragging Hu Yong to the mat.
Yeah, he does a great job of staying connected. Like once they come back up, once Hu Yong's there, he's always connected. He's able to advance his position from that body lock. He's now backpacking. Hu Yong's able to get up, but once again, it looks like he's under the chin. Not quite.
How much does this take out of a fighter to have to hold your opponent up like this?
It takes a lot. Essentially, Hu Yong is now supporting double his body weight, which is why when you're not against the rope.
胡勇现在的处境非常危险，如果不能及时挣脱，将很有可能被对手给 KO。还好胡勇的这个反应也是很快，掰开对手的胳膊，抓住一个空隙，把脑袋给塞了进去，及时的挣脱了对手的锁技。
Now he's still stuck in the body triangle, so he's trying to spin and go chest to chest. He might be able to alleviate enough pressure from the hooks of Woo Sung Hoon to do so, but the grappling of Woo Sung Hoon is looking pretty sharp here. He trains out there at Team Mad. He's with Ham So Hee. He's with Ok Rae Yoon. Woo Sung Hoon's got a lot of great partners around with him.
一个翻身甩开对手，随后疯狂的暴击对手的头部。胡勇打得太漂亮了。 这个金大根明显已经体力不支，胡勇这个时候加把劲是很有可能直接将对手 KO 的。
Yeah, you see when Woo Sung Hoon was able to get up there, Hu Young disconnected from him. I was talking earlier about how Woo Sung Hoon does a good job of staying connected. And because Hu Young disconnected, that's why Woo Sung Hoon was able to just get right back to his feet.
Everybody wants DJ. Everybody wants a shot at Mighty Mouse.
All right, who's getting it next? That's what I want to know.
Kairat Akhmedov.
There it is. He earned it in Denver.
We'll see.
He earned it earlier in the night after DJ won his trilogy fight. Minute 20 to go in round 2.
Woo Sung Hoon
Cutting it a left from who?
Yeah, Woo Sung Hoon is it looked like he's getting a little bit of tunnel vision there. He's not using the same footwork in and out the way that he was at the beginning of this round.
Nice left hand to an uppercut landed by.
比赛时间还剩下最后1分钟，我们看这一回合胡勇能不能成功把对手给 KO。两人的体力都已经所剩不多了，现在就看谁能坚持到最后。
These guys want to put on a striking show here in the Madison Square Garden of the East, Lumpini Stadium.
移动，不要站在原地，
Nice
不要站
straight
在原地。
right hand landed by Woo Sung Hoon. Both slowed down a little bit, Rich, but they're still keeping a very active.
金大根是抱住了胡勇的腰部，看来是对自己的地面技术非常的自信，看来是很想和胡勇打地面，但是被胡勇的防抱摔能力也是非常的强，并没有给金大根这个机会。
One-dimensional. There's a lot of very taxing grappling exchanges. Just even this, the squeeze that Woo Sung Hoon is trying to apply to Hu Yong is going to drain that gas tank. But these guys are remarkably conditioned.
Final 10 seconds, round 2.
Yeah, this is a high energy match between both of these guys.
Wu attacking now. Both men.
第2回合结束，这一回合两人的对拼也是相当激烈。看来这个金大根是一名慢热型的选手，在第2回合竟然突然发力，隐隐压制着胡勇。短暂休息之后，马上迎来第3回合的精彩比赛。第3回合比赛开始，让我们来看一下双方选手的精彩表现。
Using the kicks that he's using here, keeping Hu Yong at bay, and then staying connected and making sure that he makes his grappling count.
Talk to us about the scoring. How is this scored so far?
Knew you were going to ask me that, and I have not been tallying this in my head for the first 10 minutes. I have Woo Sung Hoon scored a near finish. Hu Yong obviously has some on the damage category because he dropped him. And then, we're looking at the effective striking between the two of these guys, or the effective grappling. I would say that Woo Sung Hoon is winning the grappling category.
这个胡勇在第2回合没有抓住机会直接 KO 对手，所以这个第3回合的对拼一定是非常的焦灼，双方选手的体力消耗都是十分的巨大。现在就看谁的耐力更好，谁能撑到最后。双方选手的表现都是十分的精彩，胡勇加油，给这个嚣张的韩国拳王狠狠的上一课。
So let me translate that for the people at home. At this point, with 4 minutes left, it could be anybody's game.
Yes.
Who is going to want it? Who wants the W more in this final round of this flyweight battle?
Yeah, I think Mitch's answer was a bit more fan-friendly.
No, you know what? Listen, we kid, but no, I like to learn from you, and that it is good to go through the criteria because that is what is going through the minds of these judges.
Well, that's.
第3回合还剩下3分半钟的时间，场上的局面还是十分的焦灼。在面临体力很有可能不支的情况下，双方选手打的还是十分的谨慎，进攻节奏明显变慢，并没有爆发出太激烈的战斗，不停的试探，不停的消耗对手的体力。
We got to start keeping track of verbal power punches because Rich has the edge over Mitch so far tonight. But the night is long. We still got 8 fights after this one.
Let's keep an eye on our literal power punches that are being thrown by these two right now.
3 minutes to go in the fight. Who in the red gloves? Woo of South Korea in the blue.
Yeah, Woo Sung Hoon looks like he's been doing a good job of dominating this striking match in the last minute or whatever.
Nice exchange in the center of the ring here in Lumpini.
But as soon as I say that,
Long lands a beautiful right hand.
Back to the center with two.
比赛时间还剩2分半，我们可以注意到这个胡勇不仅是摔跤技术十分出色，在拳法上面和李景亮也是十分的相似。看来这个胡勇不仅是这个死神方便的大弟子，还请教过李景亮这个拳法的格斗技术。
And the judges sitting ringside here have little counters in their hand each time one of these things so that they can just look at the numbers at the end, because this is a tough round to judge here.
Wu pawing with that jab. Wu trying to get some distance. He flies in with a left, then a wild left. They came up empty for Hu.
Good head movement by Woo Sung Hoon.
Wu with a stiff jab.
He's got a good read on the punches that are coming his way from Wu Yang. A beautiful calf kick. I like that. I would like to see more of that here in the final minute 40 seconds.
连续的重拳击中金大根的狗头，这对金大根的精神与体力方面无疑是重创。胡勇还是有机会在最后一回合把对手给 KO 的。双方的对拼也是非常的激烈，比赛时间还剩下将近1分钟，这场比赛也会在最后的这个时间里分出胜负，让我们拭目以待。
I'm still seeing Woo Sung Hoon being the aggressor here, moving forward. It's hard. It's difficult to tell who's landing more punches because this is back and forth. Someone lands 2, the other one lands 3, and then vice versa.
We talked about the gas tanks. Phenomenal for both of these guys. Big right from
Beautiful 3-piece.
胡勇突然发力，又是2记重拳打在这个金大根的狗脑袋上，看样子这个金大根也是马上就要撑不住了。
Says, is that all you got? I want more. 45 seconds to go.
Sung Hoon continues to push forward, lands a calf kick as he evades the oncoming punches of Wu Yang.
Hu 6-1 in his last 7, looking for more. Here tonight in Bangkok.
又是一波激烈的对拼，双方选手的体力所剩无几，这场比赛也是即将结束。胡勇加油，给这个嚣张的韩国选手长点记性。
He's landing punches, pal. These things are scoring.
Yeah, there's definitely a power advantage on the side of Wu Yang as Woo Sung Hoon pumps his hands in the air and says, let's trade for the final few seconds.
10 seconds, blood coming from the nose of Wu. Wild swing.
比赛结束，双方选手的表现还是非常的精彩。在最后一回合的鏖战中，2人谁也没有倒下，双方选手的这种精神还是非常值得我们去学习的。胡勇打的也是非常的漂亮，凶狠的拳法，精湛的地面格斗技术，实在是太亮眼了。
Two flyweights, Woo Sung Hoon.
Hu Yang!
这场比赛的胜利最终还是属于了胡勇，不负众望，胡勇实在是太棒了。最后也是让我们恭喜胡勇拿下这场比赛的胜利，恭喜胡勇。
Former world champ